Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? It is me, the Castristics, as per usual, and I hope you are all having as great of an evening as mine. Today, we are in Abu Dhabi, and it is just me again. J Horse is still a very busy man, so you may notice the graphics are slightly different. Shout out to Big Donny, absolute legend Hazard, that has put together some brilliant little graphics for tonight's race, including the thumbnail. This is what you're seeing, and our interview page. Right. Other than that, we've got 14 drivers, I think, today, which is pretty decent going. You know what? I'll take 14 drivers any day of the week for BRL, especially considering the fact we are on round 13 of 15, I'm pretty sure. So to have that many drivers at the end of the season is something, really something to behold, and something that we really should be quite happy with. Nevertheless, as per usual, it is a short qualifying, 18 minutes around this beautiful circuit that will be then shadowed in the night as we get underway for our 50% race. Well, let's play the game of who's missing. We've got both Red Bulls, we've got both McLarens, we've got both Alpines. We only have the one Alpha. No, we got both Alpha Tauris. We only have the one Ferrari. We only have the one Aston Martin. We only have the one Haas. That's three of our drivers missing. We have both Mercedes. We have both Williamses. So then we are missing. Who are we missing? Who else are we missing? Alfa Romeos. Both Alfa Romeos we're missing. That's a shame. Nevertheless, let's have a little look at qualifying. I'm pretty sure everybody's still in here. They are. Oh no, we have got a car out. We've got just the Alpha Tauri at the moment. Oh no, we don't. We have Williams out on track. Here he is. It is Simon Barstafan, ladies and gentlemen. Which is lovely to see. I do apologise for the cracking around and whatnot. I've just realised my headphones were plugged into my computer and not my PlayStation. It's never a good idea. I'm going to have to cut back to this for a second. Just as that's happened, the Williams has gone off in a nice little spin, but there we go, he is back. Right, I need to charge this desperately. Jesus. Right. The Abu Dhabi track. It is a little bit... oh, he's gone round again. Simon Barstafan cannot keep himself on track today, and round goes the AlphaTauri. So we're going to continue to watch Hazard instead, because he'll be the first man across. So, as I was just saying before I got rudely interrupted, everyone's on soft tyres. Of course they are. Lap data as well. Everybody is on the soft tyres, and this track is not different from when we were last here. In fact, we were last here when... oh, my headset's disconnected. Brilliant. Right. We're back in. We're back in, and we are going once again. There's cables everywhere and being annoying. And oh, Hazard's round. Right, maybe we do go to Simon Barstafan then. Oh no, Simon Barstafan's going slowly. Oh, he's about to start his lap. Oh no, he's in the pit lane. SX Perry. He'll be the first man across the line, don't you? Oh, he's gone round as well. Right, so clearly spinning is a problem this evening, because all three drivers I've watched over this last couple of this last lap have all managed to spin it. So I am thoroughly looking forward to see how the rest of this qualifying pans out. And oh, there goes round. There goes round. Is it championship leader or is it second place? I can't remember. Either way, round goes Lifebout, where he didn't go round, but he got himself a little bit leery, and I think by the looks of it, he's continuing the lap. He is continuing the lap. That is a very bold move, to say the least. I wouldn't have continued the lap. You'd have just backed out, saved up the ERS again, and, you know, gone in a little bit of time. But no, he's decided, no, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the lap. And I'll say, why not? Well, here he is, number 7. Just as I was saying about him possibly being top, possibly not, because I have no idea. Let's take a little look at the drivers' standings. So, after last race in Canada, which was a nice little decent race, I thought, I quite enjoyed it. Rick does indeed stand at the top of the championship standings on 252 points. Second is Lifebout on 248, and third is our Henson on 222. It is quite then a big old drop down to the Aston Martin and Mr. Cookie on 191. Constructors, I'm pretty sure, is still AlphaTauri leading it because, yep, those guys are dominant as hell. It's 414 points for AlphaTauri as Lifebout comes across the line. 124.1. SX Perry a lot slower. Next man across the line is going to be I'm a Wild Matt. Let's see how he comes across. I'm pretty sure he'll probably go top of the table. No, he doesn't. 2/10 down. Now, oh, and there goes round a Red Bull. So many people are spinning. This is quite funny at this point. Here's Chris Bill. He's... Oh, it was that sim guy that spun it. Down he comes as we see the two Red Bulls. That's a nice little picture perfect photograph for them. They can hold that to their high memorable standards all the way in Milton Keynes. So, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, that's Mr. Cookie just about to start a lap. Yes, indeed. Just for him, because that is quite a nice little photograph there. Just in case he wants to make that his wallpaper. Yeah, it's a nice little sunset down that pit straight. Right, well, here we go. Jimmy Jags will be the next man across. He's going to be on an out lap, though. SX Perry will be on an in lap. So we'll continue to watch Jimmy Jags, why don't we? We talk about McLaren, who are 307 points in second place. Which is, yeah, 107 points between the two. Is quite... Yeah, it's quite a gap, isn't it? It is quite a gap. Nevertheless, Henson's come in, ladies and gentlemen. What a time from the man himself. The Williams car as he goes through. 1:23.9 on the board now. So that is the time to beat. Here comes Rick. He's about to start his lap as he gets a little leery on corner exit. But the McLaren looking strong as ever into turn one. And he'll be wanting to go for pole position today as per usual. Because this is his opportunity to start breaking away from Lifebout. These last couple of rounds, these last three, are going to be very, very important for the championship. As Rick does go and set the fastest Sector 1 time. We will catch back with him in just a bit. Let's follow with Mr. Cookie, though, who is coming around the second to last corner as of right now. And into the final corner, and he's going into the pit lane. So he must have had a bit of a problem during that lap. Well, in that case, we'll just pop back on with Rick once again as he comes through the chicane onto the back DRS straight, or the second of the two DRS straights. So both of those two back straights are DRS straights. You've got to remember that. It's a little bit confusing, I know. But if you can get your head around that, you'll be absolutely fine and dandy. It's a fastest Sector 2 time. It was a fastest Sector 1. It's a fastest Sector 2. So long as he nails Sector 3, this is the fastest time on the board, ladies and gentlemen. And it puts Lifebout at risk. Because Lifebout, without a doubt, needs to win this race. I can't say anything more than winning is a necessity. He can't get away with losing this race. He needs to win it. Here comes Rick, though. Let's see what the time is. Is the Alpine, and it is not top of the tables, ladies and gents. That is quite surprising, actually. I was expecting Rick to go top of the table, but it's not. It's a 1:23.9, so he's got a little bit of work to do. Him and Lifebout pretty competitive with each other. 0.6 of a second between them. And it should be a nice, fun fight to watch. Well, I'm pretty sure Smithy is one of the only drivers at the moment who's out on an out lap, and a couple of more drivers, I think, that haven't set times yet, including Mr. Cookie, is just coming out now, and that is Lifebout coming out of the pit lane as well to start his second lap. Was it last week that I had the cough, or was that Sunday? That was Sunday. So, since last week, I have developed a cough. I do apologise for it. I will just mute myself whenever I need to exhibit. Lovely. Oh dear. That's not good. That's better. Alright, well, we'll watch Smithy go round because he's going to be the first man of pretty much everybody here to go and set a time. Mercedes, how have Mercedes got on and how has Smithy got on? Because he's been here week in, week out. Mercedes are P4 in the championship, actually. They're doing damn well for themselves. In fact, they're 256 points, just Ferrari behind. Only a couple of points back as well. And Smithy, 122 points. Actually, the closest fight is him with Matt, his teammate, who's currently up in P4, though he has set a time. Smithy hasn't. He's P9, though, without a time set. Obviously, everyone's going to go and set a time, so that doesn't really matter. But he's got a time to beat, and I think, yeah, I think this is great inter-team battle with Mercedes. And, yeah, it's really, really close between them. 124 for Matt, 122 for Smithy. So that is another great fight to watch out for, the midfield fight between those two guys. Additionally, Sim Guy and Pink Eye, who isn't really joining us, who hasn't joined us for some time now, but does still sit P6. He's picked up quite a lot of points. Well, there goes Smithy. And it's not the kind of time that he needed to be rivaling his teammate, especially considering the fact Matt has just gone fastest of anybody, a 123.892. Just over half a tenth of a second faster than our Henson, which is outrageously close between them, 600ths of a second. Well, other than this, what do we have? Well, we've got a lifeboat is what we've got. We've got a supersonic lifeboat that is about to come through the last couple of corners. Here he is, through the second to last. And into the last. What sort of time is it going to be for the man in grey? It's a 23.1, which is unbelievably faster than anybody else. 7/10 back is now what I'm a wild Matt. Lifeboat has really set the pace there. And Rick has got a whole lot to do if he wants to get in on this fight. There we go. That's Crispal, who's just come in and has gotten terrifyingly close to Lifeboat there. A half a tenth of a second. 0.054. That is very, very close indeed, actually. That's a very good time. Who's going to be next across the line? It's going to be the two Mercedes. And there goes in one Mercedes. And then goes in both. So there's both Mercedes in by now. As Matt just has to come to a complete stop there. As lets his teammate come to a stop. Mr. Cookie currently on a lap, but he is currently invalidated, so he's going to have to go around another time. That Sim Guy are out on an out lap with not Bluebird, he's with the other one, which is Simon Barsfan. No, it's not. It's Jimmy. Jimmy's just behind. Look at that, beautiful Jimmy. We love Jimmy. Jimmy Jags is like the people's hero. No one can like attack Jimmy Jags, and if you attack Jimmy Jags, I will kill you. Like, I will personally come around your house. But we are like child friendly here, don't you worry. Mothers, I'm not gonna do anything of the sorts. Right, who's next across the line? I think it might be Jimmy, you know. Oh no, it'll be that Sim Guy first, but Jimmy's on a lap. So we shall watch Jimmy. Here he comes. We'll find out where he comes. Oh no, he's in the pits. So, Sim Guy, what you got? Oh, he's just started the lap. Off he goes. Decent. 2, 3. Uses all of the exit. Nice and late on the brakes. Late apex, doesn't quite clip it, and uses all of the exit, which is exactly what he wants to do. Here you go, coming over the hill. Apologies once again. We're back. Might need to have some cough medicine at the end of quali. That's fine. We can do that. Oh, it's a fastest Sector 2 time for Sim Guy. This could be a decent little time here. This could put him up in the top 5. he keeps this. So obviously running slightly lower wings than other people, perhaps. Obviously, you've got those two massive DRS straights. Then again, this is the Red Bull. They know how to maximise the DRS straight. Currently not exactly looking forward to Australia with that really long back straight now. Red Bull are going to absolutely slap it. And whilst, I mean, I am currently wearing a Red Bull shirt, I do like to see some competitiveness. It's P4. It's a good little time on the board there. Pretty stable position as well. Oh, and there, round he goes. I think that's an even better photo. Rick, let's see where Rick is. Well, he's about to come round the final corner and dive into the pit lane. Next man across will be Hazard. He's invalidated. Then it's Essex Perry. He's currently on a 4-minute 10 lap. That's quite a long old lap, actually. Yeah, that's not ideal. I mean, this could be more like 4:25, 26. Oh, and it's just jumped down to 26. Brilliant. Either way, he's just going for a lap. I think Mr. Cookie's just about to go for a lap as well. Unless he's already got... No, he's just about to get going. Come on then. Here's the Aston Martin coming out of the back. And down into turn 1 he goes. Heavy on the brakes. And that's a nice little turn in there with the Fernando Alonso styled helmet, which I do absolutely love. And oh, round he goes into the wall. He does survive though, and he might just get the opportunity to get back out again, but time is tight. I think he's got to conserve these tyres, build up his ERS reserve, and just go again on those tyres, unless he hasn't got the fuel. If he hasn't got the fuel, he's done. That's it. His qualifying's over, without a doubt. His qualifying is done. I don't think you can get back in that time. Jimmy Jakes, P8, 1.8 seconds. I think he's just done a lap, or is he going into one? I genuinely can't tell. Who knows? We'll wait until the end of Sector 2 and see what happens. Nevertheless, here comes out everybody. Everybody's coming out now. We've got 1 minute 40 seconds left on the clock. Anybody that's in the pit lane now will struggle to get back out. Anyone in the pit lane now, their qualifying is done without a shadow of a doubt. You really should already be out on track. Notably, RJ Blair is still in the pit lane, still along with Simon Barstafan and Ernie Burney as well, who hasn't gone out. And I've never seen this fella before. So... not quite sure what's going on there. He is going for a lap. And I think Mr. Cookie is coming round, and he is going again. Yes, exactly what I suspected he's going to do. It's a minute left on the clock, and Mr. Cookie is going to get himself going once again. That is Jimmy J's about to come across the line. Unfortunately, he is timed down. There's another driver just about to come across. I think that was our Henson, was it? It was our Henson. It was 0.3 faster, apparently. But I don't think I actually saw any considerable decrease in time. I'm pretty sure he's been there the entire time. So I will blissfully ignore that. As there is Mr. Cookie going round. I'm struggling badly. His DRS shut for a second then. I think he's having a little bit of problems remembering where all the buttons are as he goes very wide indeed. And I think that is, yeah, that's Mr. Cookie's qualifying over. Not quite sure what on earth was going on there with R. Henson, but now R. Henson's going to get a lovely little additional tow from Cookie, who has completely bottled his qualifying, and I'm not too sure it is actually Cookie. I think it must be a bot. Nevertheless, R. Henson goes round. Behind him, Lifebout and his teammate Hazard are driving together. Other fighting contenders is Griswold, who is going slowly on the exit of the DRS straight, so that is his qualifying over. So our Henson is now the only man that can really challenge Lifebout for the fastest time. Well, Rick is out on track as well, but no, our Henson does come in. Lifebout invalidated, so his time is now done, and my game has just crashed. You are joking. Right, you get that. I'm going to just log on as quickly as What? This game is like so unbearably annoying at times. Come on, load. I genuinely I hate this game with a passion. F122 can get in the bin as far as I'm concerned. I'm doing great except for F1. Just F122. That is my only problem today. And my cough. They're my only two problems today. Load. Yes, join the session. Oh, the session's ending, so I can't even go in and tell you what the order is. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, just let me in. This game. This game. This is my current screen at the moment. Can you see the problem how I can't join? Let me in. It's not going well. I cannot lie, it's not going well. So whilst I still struggle to get in, I'll take you on a little track map talk. So as you've been seeing in qualifying, this is the track, 3.218 miles, 16 turns with 2 DRS zones. Obviously, the start-finish straight isn't a DRS zone, as many people tend to believe. I'm pretty sure it's not anymore. Well, it is those two long back straights which are going to cause overtaking opportunities. Remember turn, oh well, where our detection 1 is, also known as, I'm waiting for it, turn 5. Very good at getting a little overtake in there, especially if you're a Red Bull. Other than that, I mean, the long left-hander that's been put into place as well at the end of the second DRS zone, absolutely wonderful for overtaking as well. You cannot complain about that in the slightest. Bar this though, I mean, it's looking decent. Like, it's a nice little track. It's not too like up and downhill. It's pretty flat. How's my day been? It's been absolutely wonderful, except for obviously from 2 to 4, you get really big elevation change. Make sure your car don't get too rocky on that. But other than that, I think it's about time that we get into the race, don't you think? Well, here we are, out on the track. I know I'm in spectator mode, don't you worry. As we are now getting underway, and I thought that's a nice little picturesque scene. As here is the AlphaTauri running through. Pit stop strategies there were medium, hard, medium, hard, medium. Or in theory, you could do a 2-stop on soft tyres, but it would be difficult to complete. Well, looking at tyres, speaking of them, we got 2 hard sets of tyres for our front 2 men. The Red Bull, as well as Lifebelt, our Henson's gone on the medium set of tyres, whereas everyone else, all the way down to Hazard, is on the hard set. Smithy and Jimmy Jang join our Henson on the mediums. Essex Perry join the front runners on hards. Everybody below this is on mediums, bar Simon Barsfan, who has decided for the hard set of tyres. Right. Shall we, ladies and gentlemen, get in for one of the funnest races, which, well, it should be, hopefully. It wasn't the last time. It was very boring. I'm going to quickly grab a drink. Drink acquired. I've got to say, having a fridge in this room is wonderful. What's this? Main BRL. Turn that formation lap sign off. Just ready for us to get underway. We are coming up to the end of the lap. Let's just quickly implement our usuals. Lap data, track map, full track map. Oh, and there goes round the AlphaTauri. He's gone well and truly off the track, and hopefully he's picked up no damage, because he will not be happy with himself if he's picked up damage there. Well, here we go. Couple of drivers beginning to get themselves lined up now. Here we go. Look at this for a sight as the drivers begin to weave their ways into positions as we get ready to get going. It's Saudi Arabia, and as the last car parks himself up, we will move to the 5 red lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are away. And by the looks of it, it's a pretty decent start there for Lifeboat, and it's an awful start for Crispell, as that is our Henson straight into the lead, and also Rick all the way up into P4 already. Great little start from him, and he's managed to get past that Sim guy. Hazard P6 as well, looking after it nicely, and it's a bit more chaotic towards the back of the grid as the Mercedes and all the Alpine getting really leery there. And what's the look of this? This is the Red Bull going down the inside. I'm pretty certain it is going to be the Red Bull going down the inside. That Sim guy with a lovely little move, but it's going to be a drag race out of here for these two drivers. It's going to be Rick on the outside going into the next corner, but no, he's managed to get himself back into a decent little position here. And by the looks of it, our Henson as well having a nice little look. And oh, who's this? It's that Sim guy. He's back once again, and the other McLaren is going to try the same thing, but he does lose his front end plate in the process. So that is going to mean he is going to have to be forced into the pit lane because of that. I can't see him staying out for too long with that. Our Henson as well getting well and truly off track, and I think by the looks of it, he's going to try and go round the outside here on the medium tyres. He's really making those things work on this first lap. He wants to get himself in front. He wants the clean air, and he's going to have the 2 inside and the 3rd inside line for this corner here, and it is our Henson into the lead of the race after that corner complex. So, the number 39 Williams car, who was on the medium tyres, this was his plan. He needed to get himself out in the front, and he's done just that. The Williams driver comfortably completing the lap in first position. He's gained 2 places across it, and it's a 1:30.5 to start us off. Looking around at some other important position changes. It's been pretty standard between these two drivers. Great little battling between them. Hazard and Smithy both improving as well. While Matt had a pretty dodgy first lap there. Down 2 positions. But SX Perry losing loads. Down 3. Ernie Burney also up 2. And that is Mr. Cookie there gaining a position. Simply because his brother, Bluebird, has had an absolute nightmare and has had to slow down there as he's come right off of the track in a barreling spin, which is rather unfortunate for him. But nevertheless, he will get himself back going once again, and he isn't at the back of the grid, which he'll be most happy about. Those drivers that have had to take penalties are slightly further behind. They're just about exiting the pit lane now. That's RJ Blair and Simon Barsavan. Well, that Sim guy is beginning to get off at the back of Rick. He can't probably go for a move here, no. But I think he's going to have quite the opposite. He's going to have the sister team try and go for a move here. Here's the AlphaTauri. He's going to force that Sim guy to stay in the wider position, and he is going to have the better exit of the two. But with the inside line here, I think that Sim guy might just have it, unless a possible switchback in place. No, not quite, but that Sim guy still taking the defensive line, which will lose him a little bit of time. So the AlphaTauri might be able to get a slightly better exit out of these corners, but no, I don't think it is quite meant to be. I think with that corner, you've really got to... optimal way round it is actually to go around the outside, which is really rare to say, yeah, oh yeah, the best overtaking position here is the outside. And it's not because it's the fastest way round, absolutely not. The inside line is still far faster, but the sheer thing is once you're on that outside line, you've then got the inside line for the next 3 corners, which is vital, especially on corners as that tight that you just cannot go for moves around them. If you've got the inside line, you've got the corners pretty much guaranteed. It's exactly what you want. Righty, let's dive down a little bit. That first lap was really good, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that first lap. Here comes a few more drivers. These guys in the mid-pack getting on nicely. Big wins at the moment has to be Ernie Burney, who isn't actually here. He's AI. So, next big winner is Mr. Cookie and obviously R. Henson. Because I think that is the AlphaTauri. It is Hazard that is going to now go for the move. He's eventually decided to go for it. Once again, going to have the outside line here. The Red Bull is going to have a faster first corner, faster second corner, unless the AlphaTauri can hook it up for the third. No, he can't. And I think that is going to become a bit of a repetitive attempt of a move. It's the only opportunity the AlphaTauri is getting where he's close enough to sort of go for the move. And at that point, it's really difficult to, try and go for it. There you go. Rick, fastest time, 27.2. So Mercedes are having to defend there. And, oh, what's that going on up ahead? It's Crispell and Rick. As Crispell does have the outside line here through the first turn, through 3, and then down through 4 into 5, and I'm pretty sure Rick isn't going to have the momentum. He is going to go for it. He's going to do a Verstappen on the car that Verstappen drives, but it isn't quite meant to be. Just getting a little bit loosey-goosey out of that corner. The rear wheel was just lighting up a little bit too much. Lifeboat as well, beginning to close in on our Henson. That time is beginning to come down, using DRS effectively to keep himself within range of the Williams, who's obviously on much faster tyres. Also, notably, our Henson, he's going to be coming out into traffic. Obviously, he's going to have to pit earlier on those medium tyres, which means that he's going to come out at a point where other drivers could be around. Those other drivers could slow him down a little bit, and that's going to level Lifeboat. Literally, the precious tenths of a second that he needs. It's not like he needs lots. He only needs like tenths of seconds. So at the end of the day, it's not all that bad for him. And I can't see him sort of having all that much of a problem, let's be honest there. Oh, I needed that drink. Right. What's going on up and down the grid? Square root are not a lot right now, to be honest. I think just running with these front guys. For once, it's actually the front runners that are like the most interesting to watch. It's very rare that that's the case. I'm going to be totally honest with you. But it is today. And I think Lifeboat could possibly go for a movie, you know. No, I think he's going to stay behind. He's closing, and he lifts and coasts. Sneaky from Lifeboat there. A little bit of lift and coasting. Here's the Red Bull P3. Started P2. He's only gone down one position. That's all right. Lifeboat will have a lot of pace down this back straight. It's only 3/10 that he needs to claw. But the thing is it's difficult to get a good enough exit out of that chicane to be able to catch up during that slightly shorter back straight than the first one. On top of that, it's obviously curved, so it's a little bit slower. And it's just a little bit more challenging to, you know, get a move done at the end of the corner. However, that corner is very promising, and you definitely can go wheel to wheel in it. Whereas last time you really couldn't. It was not the kind of corner to be going wheel to wheel in. You just don't do it. That's my personal opinion, as that's hazard round by the looks of it. I think he's had a bit. Yeah, he's had a nightmare. Just out of that corner. Obviously got on the power a little bit too early. What a shame. We are on lap 6 of 29 as of right now, and he's looking like a pretty decent racer currently. Could Lifeboat go for a move here? No, all four drivers stay perfectly in sync. They are so close to each other. Mr. Cookie has gained quite a few positions, sort of as we've been watching these guys. He's come up the ranks a little bit. He's up to P8 now. So he's got a little bit of a way to go, but he's getting there, you know. He is getting there. And oh, that's the Red Bull there making a bit of a mistake. He's gone wide. Henson also under a lot of pressure here from Lifeboat. Is he going to be able to get a move done? No. Luckily, all those mistakes have gone unscathed for Henson and Crispell. They've managed to keep their positions safe, but not by an awful lot. I'm going to be totally honest with you. That was damn well close. Both drivers came under threat from the car behind. Obviously, Lifeboat really wanted to try and get that move done. He's wants to be in front during this section of the track, because if he's in front during his harder stint, then obviously he's going to be in front during his faster stint. Just logical, you know. So I'm just trying to do some mathematics here, and I can't really see. I don't think there's really a guaranteed winner until the end of the season. Considering, yeah, 20 points. Yeah, no guaranteed winner until the end of the season unless we get some DNFs here. And I think Lifeboat's finally going to go for it. Yes, he is. He's going to have the inside line here. Our Henson's going to try and tuck up nicely as the Rebel is also going to be right on his tail. It might be a double overtake here in our Henson. Yes, he's going to fall back 2 positions. That's going to knock our Henson out as he slightly overbrakes it. And that has caused an... Oh, there goes round Lifeboat's. Oh dear, round goes life back, but he has managed to recover it pretty quickly, luckily for him, but he is going to come under pressure from that sim guy who is going to have DRS. DRS also for the AlphaTauri, but these two drivers very fast indeed, and oh, that is considerably faster with Lifebout obviously running much lower wings than that sim guy who is probably going to have to concede position here. Yes, he is. But oh dear, that has promoted, of all people, Rick. The man who was fourth not just a couple of corners ago has managed to sneak his way up into first. Don't ask me how on earth that's happened, but it has. There we go. That is Rick EVE 17 up into the lead of the race. Crispell, R. Henson now P3 back where he first started, and Lifebout not in a position he wants to be in. Currently not fighting with these guys up the front and has got that sim guy to worry about more than anybody else, who's also got Armour Wild Matt right on the back of him. So lots of pressure from those guys just behind. R. Henson though also notably breaking out of that 1 second gap, which is not ideal for him whatsoever, but that is going to allow these two drivers to begin to pull ahead, as Crispell's actually just outside of that 1 second gap, so he hasn't got DRS, It's the AlphaTauri who's the first man to have DRS, so these two drivers at the front could run away with this a little bit, but Rick at the moment really showing what he can do with a bit of clean air. It's now 1.5 seconds already. It's unbelievably fast how that has just declined, and Lifebout is going to go for the move here. He's going to have the inside line, and Mr. Cookie retires from the session, ladies and gentlemen. What is that? Is that going to cause anything? Yes, it's going to cause a safety car. We got a safety car. Oh, this favours our Henson massively. He can probably pit for hards and get away with it now for the rest of the race. He can probably do that. Oh, that's interesting. And Blair drive-through penalties, speeding under the safety car. But that is, yeah, that's Mr. Cookie down and out. So I think he's just got a little bit overexcited on the exit. I can get him to come and chat with me. Cookie, where are you? I need to get my other set of headphones. This is kind of the annoying bit about having a commentator, right? Like a co-coms. I'm doing this like he's just going to casually say, yeah, obviously. Everybody's in. That's interesting, you know, because they're all on like... They're going to be very old medium tyres at the end of it. They are going to be old mediums. I think our Henson's still like in the best position out of everybody here. But yeah, pretty much everybody has decided to take that safety car opportunity and come in. Literally the only driver is SX Perry, who's decided to stay out. He's the only driver. Surprisingly as well. Right. Well, that has done nothing but flip everything on its head. Everybody's in the pits. We're going to have no more... Everybody's on same strategy. Alright, well, pretty much. Rick obviously comfortably out in front. Lifebout, luckily, getting that move in just at the very last second. So he keeps P3. It's a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags there for SX Perry. Oh, you are taking the mick. There you go. You get that. This is why I really don't like this game. Luckily, we're under safety car conditions. Like, that is optimal. There is not a single better time to have a failure. Hey, we're gonna get Cookie. Oh, I need to be able to hear the guy as well. Speakers, headphones. Righty, you can get back to watching this now. Lucky for you. Right, nice. Righty, we got a safety car in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to get ourselves going once again. And it should be a pretty good start, I can't lie. Is that a Mr. Cookie I hear in my ear? Is that a Mr. Cookie?
I think so.
Hey, how are you doing?
All right. I mean, I'll do a very quick mini interview while the rest of the safety car happens. Didn't really like Abu Dhabi in the first place. Not really surprised I crashed. I had one really good move, but other than that, yeah, not really a good race. Oh well.
You're here now, and I'm pretty sure safety car's in this lap, you know?
Yep. I think Rick's gone already. Yeah, Rick's gone.
He's gone already. That's very early. He's gone, and he's gained a good chunk of time out of that. 0.8 of a second to the next driver back. He's pretty much going to be I'm a wild Matt here. That's him guy just about looking after his SX Perry there, going ghosted. As we go.
I think that's his AI, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have left his F by accident.
Whoops.
Oh, well. It's a bit unfortunate for him. But, yeah, I think now one of the closest fights here, just P4, 5, and 6 here, very close together. In Bluebird, I went, no, that's Essex Perry again.
Yeah.
I'm going to get baited so much by that. Although Matt here, hold on. Matt's going to go...
He is going to go for it.
10.
Down the inside. It's going to be tight. He's going to have the inside curve. Switch back on, possibly. Does he get a good enough exit? Not quite with ERS. He is going to get the slightly better bush out of the final, sort of the second half of that corner. And yeah, it's decent bit of driving there, just through the straight. Sorry. There you go. Up into P4 from a wild Matt. That's a decent little position for him. Our Henson up to P3. He'll happily take that. As he does need to get a move on a little bit. He's obviously, sorry, not our Henson down in P5. He's on the harder tyre in comparison to everybody else. Everyone else around him's on those mediums. I still think, though, our Henson's in the best position here because he's still got a long time to go in this race.
True. I don't feel like the mediums can last those whole 19 laps, even those few laps on the safety car. Like, I can only really see the medium strat working if they will just have another crash, maybe. Maybe even possibly a virtual could maybe save them. But yeah, I still feel like the hards are not going to come into our Henson just yet, but you can definitely tell that he's not playing the game right now. He's going to play it for the end. Yeah. And that's a very good strategy for him.
Yeah, well, he wasn't looking like he was on the best strategy to begin with, starting on those medium tyres. Those hards definitely looked to be the optimal tyre to start on. But he took the gamble, and my God, has it paid off for him in what we can only think is going to be a pretty good run from
some guy nearly hits him there, actually. He's probably going to get a very good exit coming out of here. Yeah, it should be breezing past, unless he's got higher wings. Yep, breezes past. So Henson might just let this one go. Yeah, and he does. It's a smart move. He knows he's not playing it for now.
Yeah, there's no point in fighting it. It's just going to lose him time in the long run. And wear his tyres unnecessarily when, in theory, he should be so much faster within sort of the last 5 laps of this race, at least.
Hold on here. Hazard just got ahead of Bluebird. I'm not sure what happened there.
Must have just been down the inside of that triple right, I'm guessing.
Maybe. I'm not too sure there. I feel like I didn't see him very close, so it might have been a very big snap there. I'm not too sure. But yeah, once again, DRS enabled. That's really going to help Chris up there at the top. So this is probably going to be the fight we're going to be looking at now. Realistically, for the race lead for now, we're just going to see how long these medium tyres last. But for now, this is what we've got. And Chris is only half a second back. He's used a lot of his ERS, but he still has a chance of retaking the lead. And Smithy and Hazard, hold on, they're going side by side. And hold on, I'm not too sure what's happening here. Yellow flag sector 1. That is Jimmy Jags, unfortunately. Oh, that's a safety car.
Oh, safety car.
So
Oh, everybody on mediums is going to switch to hards, surely.
No, because they've done those laps on hards, haven't they?
Oh,
Those
yeah, they
used
haven't
hards
got
might
another
not make it
set,
to the
have
end.
they? What do they do?
So that's a really tough situation for them because they don't have a fresh pair of hards. I think they have another fresh pair of mediums, but is that really the strategy now? Because they know that the mediums that they're currently on most likely can't last the end of the race. So if they pit again, you've got much higher chance, but then it's going to be right at the back of the field. So it's a very, very tough situation now. We just got to see who's going to stay out or in.
Yeah. I mean, for R. Henson, this is a really interesting situation as well, isn't it? Because if he slots on a fresh set of mediums now, they might still be a little bit rocky towards the end of the race, but they're still going to be in considerably better condition than the rest of the cars in front.
Well, let's see. Is Rick going into the pit?
Rick stays out. Chris goes in. Lifebout's in.
Got all the medium runners here besides Rick, Sim Guy. Is Hazard going to come in? Hazard is as well. So we don't know at the moment who's going for the best strat here. So yeah, our Henson Smithy staying out. I think that's kind of as expected. I don't think they had much of a need to box. And
likewise for Smithy.
Yeah, so this is interesting now. Only Bernie also stayed out there, so I'm not too sure. Yeah, no, he's an AI, so
yeah, he's just AI,
once again, he's just going to go dropping down the field. But for now, he's just another car they need to pass for P5. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting now. So we have, once again, Rick and Sim Guy. They are on those older mediums, and it still is possible maybe to get them to the end now because of this second safety car, but I don't know if they're going to be able to fully make these tyres work and keep them in the 1-2 position here because, once again, not only are Henson Smithy on those harder tyres and you know they're going to be fast towards the end, but you've also got the fresher mediums of Chris, Lifebout, Matt, Bluebird, Hazard, everyone really, even Simon Barspan on those new hards. You can tell that everyone is just going to go coming for them really. Like, you don't know who is going to be able to win this one now.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the most unpredictable races we've had in a long, long time. We've got so many different strategies on play here, and it's not usually that everybody in like the top 10, top 12 maybe could actually go ahead and win this race if it works in their favour. Everybody right now is in a position where they, in theory, shouldn't win the race. Everybody has the opportunity to win it.
This is all realistically just down to driver ability now. I mean, tyre wear does play a slight factor with the top 5 or top 4 really, because once again, Early Bernie is not actually in the lobby. He's just an AI car. But now, yeah, this is just down to driving ability. Tyre management for the top 2, overall pace for 3rd and 4th, and overall pace for the rest of the field. How are they going to fare on these medium tyres as Early Bernie is dropping down a few positions there? I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think Chris there is just overtaken on the safety car. I'm not too sure what that was about. I don't know if he should be given the place back or anything. Is he an AI? But it doesn't look like any other cars are able to get past him here. So I think it's just another Codemasters mishap here as Lifeout tries to get past. I'm not too sure if it's worked. No,
he's staying in front.
Well, we're not too sure what that one's about. Chris, well, for now, has one less car between him and Smithy. Even if it was an AI car, it still gives you that bit of a larger gap that you can't overtake under. Yeah, bit interesting, but we can tell Chris is now, well, in a little bit of a better spot here.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, Chris should be able to get past these hard-running tyres pretty early on in this race. I mean, it's like he's on very fresh medium tyres. He should be able to get past. He should be able to be competing with those medium tyres. Problem is, though, is if he pushes too hard right at the beginning, then all of a sudden his tyre wear isn't actually going to be all that different from Rick's and Sim Guy's, because of those 6 laps, 5 of them have been behind safety car. They've barely picked up any tyre degradation whatsoever on them. So
yeah, there's one more thing to add as well. Like the overall awareness of just every driver around them here. Like once again, it's not only unpredictable because of the strategy. You never know if anyone's going to have that slight mishap. You don't know if anyone's going to have a slight spin, half spin, anything really, and that can just completely turn up some of the races here. Like, you could have another safety car, maybe with just debris on the track. You've got no clue how this race can go now. So all I'm waiting for is just this race to get back on the way, which it is. Safety car is in this lap, and Ricky's just desperately trying to just get a gap there, and Simkai's really not letting him.
He's staying right on his back. He's got absolutely no intention of giving Rick a second's breather whatsoever. Henson's being a little bit more lenient, but that Sim guy is basically sitting right on the back, and he goes pretty early. But that Sim guy has read it beautifully, and he's going to be right on the back of him, ready for this safety car restart. Henson's slightly further back, just half a second, but nevertheless it's still very far back, and Ernie Burney dropping back on the back of the grid. That is what's going on there. And I'm a wild Matt there. What's happened to him? I think he's spun round by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's that, or maybe some illegal positions here. Chris is already right in the back of Smithy here.
I think he's probably going to have to switch to the inside if he wants to go for the move. He is going to go for the dive. Red Bull should be pretty useless. Oh!
He's hit Henson round.
Knocks into the back of Henson, who does not manage to keep a very good position whatsoever. And that is going to cause... oh, no yellow flag in sector 1. I'm pretty sure that is just Jimmy Jags there. And big move there for Hazard, who's managed to sneak past
past Smithy.
Henson. And oh, that's just a barge ball going absolutely wild. And Smithy there in P4. So he's the only man on the Haas that remains up in the top 5. Henson down in P7 there because of that incident. But essentially, that was just Crispy putting a little bit too late on the brakes and just clocking into the back of Henson. Unfortunately, that is not the first time those two have come into contact in this race. It's already happened.
And Bluebird fought about it there.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He got very close.
Well, Chris got a little deep again. That might actually invite I'm Wild Matt here, so he's going to try and go keep it round the outside. I'm Wild Matt. He might do this fully. He's got
he's done it.
He has made it.
What a move!
That is a very good move.
That is brave as well, because that wall on that right-hand side really creeps up on you there, and he's managed to stick it and get it round. And I think now Bluebird is one of the most dangerous drivers out on track, looking on the back of Smithy there. Obviously, those old hard tyres aren't doing him all too many favours. 1.7 seconds now, the gap between him and Lifebout, as Jimmy Jags retires from the session in the pit lane. So don't expect any more safety cars coming from that.
Well, this is what I was talking about with all this awareness. You can once again see Smithy's dropped back 2 seconds now, but that is now with Henson, dropping down a few positions because of Chris's brakes there. So
I think this might be a double
We've got a load of moves happening at the moment. Bluebird down the inside of Smithy.
Not going to work.
Matt, oh my God. Trying to go down the inside of Henson. Henson goes a bit wide. Matt gets him. And now we've got Bluebird trying to overtake Smithy here.
And Crispy and Henson.
We've got everything.
It's going absolutely mental. And up over here at the top. Bluebird's gone right down the inside here at the long left-hander. And he is going to get the power down. And that is also going to open the door for the AlphaTauris to possibly go. And he's going to have to go around the outside here. And it's really fun. Oh, there goes Smithy into the wall. That's lost his wheel. And we've got a full course yellows. It's another safety car. Well, big opportunity here for Rick and Sim Guy, because they can get in on fresh medium tyres and they are going to comfortably run to the end of the race. But Rick stays out. Interesting move from him. Lifebout stays out. Bluebird, Hazard, comfortably. Henson, this is a good opportunity to get in on some fresh medium tyres along with Simon Barstafan. So predictable strategies there from everybody except for Rick, who's gone very interesting moves to say the least.
I'm not too sure if Rick didn't actually have enough time to react there. I'm very surprised why he's stayed out. I'm just really shocked because I just look at everything here and it just feels like that's the most obvious time to pit. But Rick either doesn't think so or just didn't have enough time. But yeah, now look at this. Everyone is down from P7 as that Sim Guy. He's just all fit on new tyres. Well, I mean, we class out Ernie Burney Essex Perry now because they're both running back of the pack here, and they're also AI cars. But once again, like you said, anyone now, once again, has got a chance to win this race.
Well, I've got to say, it's a bold move from RJ Blair as well. He's fitted the soft tyres And I reckon those soft tyres are going to have to try and last about 9 laps around this track. And it is quite demanding in some... Sector 3 especially, very, very demanding on those tyres. Sector 1 as well, those very quick up and down the hill. Those corners are going to be absolutely chaos for those tyres. They're going to have to really try and last. But my God, is he going to be quick off of that safety car restart.
Indeed. Did you actually see what happened to Smithy at all? Because I didn't really get a great cover of it.
He clipped the inside wall. So, you know, it's Sector 3, you've got that sort of triple right. Well, there's a sort of quite a sharp corner, actually, on the inside. And I'm not quite sure what caused him to get so close. Rick in pits. So, yeah, he obviously must have timed it wrong and has had to come into the pit lane second time round. He is going to fit fresh medium tyres. That is going to hurt. He's going to lose a lot of places from that. But yeah, he basically just got
as well.
He got really, really close to the inside wall and just front right just went straight into the wall, and came flying off along with about half of his front wing. And yeah, there you go. He's going to come out P6, and he is going to beat that sim guy out by about 2 seconds. So he's going to stay in front there. But that promotes Lifebout to the top of this standings. Exactly where he'll want to be, considering the fact that he's in the hunt for the title. He's got 4 points to catch up to be on the back of Rig. Well, if the points stay as they are at the moment, that is a pretty comfortable championship lead for Lifebout. So Rick...
around 10 points. That would be. Actually, shall I work this out? It's going to be running the next few laps anyway, because I already know how good this is yet, but shall we see? Let's work this out. So, remember, Lifebout already has 2 points for the pole position he has got, so that already closes him in to, well, within 2 points of Rick there. And now we've got to find is, well, let's see, the point system. So, if Lifebout keeps as it is, who has the fastest lap? That's another question, actually. Let's see, fastest lap is for Chris, so it's not going to impact the championship too much at the moment. But let's see, so Lifebout will gain 25 points, so 25... And Rick, down in P6, only going to gain 14. So that is going to be Lifebout, I'm pretty sure, well, yeah, 9 points ahead in the championship if it stays like this. But we all know this is not how it's going to go. The safety car, once again, is in this lap. We just got to see when Lifebout goes now.
What a chaotic finish this could be. We have 11 racing laps to go. Lifebout is going to leave it a lot later. Is he going to beat Bluebird out of the corner? He is going to jump him a little bit. Does get slightly better, and it is a pretty big gap there back to the back of Hazard. But Bluebird keeping it nice and close through turn 1. Slight wiggle on exit. So that is going to open out a little bit. It's a bit more chaotic towards the middle here with our Henson and Rick. As Rick goes, into the wall. And that is Chris as well. What on earth happened there? And there goes the other McLaren. That is Blair out of the race as well, as they went 3 wide into 5, and that has that has caused Blair to go slamming into the wall. What on earth happened there? That was a horrible accident. And now here goes our Henson on that sim guy. He's going to have the inside line, and it's going to be deep braking into the chicane. That sim guy is going to try a switchback move here, but I do think the Williams is probably going to have the slightly better exit. Yes, he is. He's going to get the traction down, but that sim guy is going to come back on raw pace and is going to absolutely obliterate him down the back straight. So that is that sim guy back up into P5 there. So there you go, a double McLaren DNF, and what a big thing on the championship. Rick
What's
out.
A restart? So this is exactly what I was saying. I didn't think my prediction would be wrong that quickly.
I know.
Wow. So that's just changed absolutely everything. So Lifebout now leads, and that has probably cost Rick the championship here. There's only 2 rounds left, and he really just couldn't afford to have that happen to him. I'm really not sure what happened. Am I in contact with Chris? I'm really not too sure. And yeah, Chris comes into the box now, so I don't know if this could be for a retirement or anything of the sort. Let's have a look. So yeah, 5-second penalty, speed into the pits. Yep, and there is the retirement. Although, yeah, I'll need to have a quick look about what happened there. I just really caught a quick glimpse of just Rick going spearing off to the wall. I'm not too sure what happened. So from what I'm seeing from gaps, nothing looked too strange. I just had a look. Rick got ahead of Chris, and I don't know. I think Chris has span, or they might have gone side by side, and then Rick has just gone absolutely pummeling into the wall. Really,
Yeah,
it's just all a
well,
bit strange.
according to the Discord, essentially, it's kind of just been a death. Chris, Lifebout's recruit, has killed me by spinning. So I think the spin of Chris has then Rick has gone into him, and that has caused that to happen. And that is, but I think there was a random. Oh, that must have been Chris still trying to retire. But that
So
is
this is-
gone through sector
Oh,
1.
and Matt's round. Matt is round. So once again, yeah, this is changing everything. This race. So, wow. This really is tough now. So, I'm just not too sure what happened. So, as you might not know, Chris was put into a server yesterday by Lifebout. So, I don't think there's going to be anything really strange going on there, but it's almost coincidental, really. I mean, the man's been invited, and so Barca fans now out. I'm not sure what's happened once again. That is a spin at turn 2, and it's another safety car.
Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to quickly deactivate my. Is that another safety car? That is outrageous.
Yep. Wow. All right, shall we have a look at this then? So realistically, I'm not too sure if any of the comms people can hear me or anything else like this at the moment. But if the stream can hear me,
yeah, they should be able
this
to.
This is still a completely crazy race, and yeah, everyone in the Discord chat is all just it's all going off because this is only the last few races of the season, remember, and this is for the championship. And yeah, Rick, once again, you brought him here, so I don't know if anything bad's happening at all, or anything of the sort, but it all feels a bit strange, really. Everything's happened this race. And, well, dare I say, it's been one of the better races, even if it might be a bit controversial for everyone here. So, let's see. Is anyone going to come into the box maybe for a late set of softs? So, Hazard is in, but he has got an unfair penalty there. So, yeah, that will definitely get reported and probably removed. Sim Guy and our Henson in. Matt, I assume, is going to go in. No, he stays out. And, yeah, Essex Perry and Ernie Burney, 2 AIs, so they will not be really interfering with this race. Although, it's a bit comical, really. Well, the AI is up into P4 and P5. It's all just a bit strange, this race, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've reset my capture card. I know some of you were talking about some problems with it sort of being a little bit pixelated, so hopefully it's not too bad of a problem. If not, I'm going to have to give it a whack after this. I do apologise if it is, but yeah, what a chaotic race it has been. Truly one of the greats. Somehow it's gone from being last season Abu Dhabi was probably the single most boring race, and now this is probably one of the most chaotic races we've had on BRL to date.
Now hold on, Bluebird has got ahead of Lifebout there. I just had to have a quick look at that. I wasn't really sure if that was anything bad there, but it says here Lifebout almost got DSQ'd in the BRL chat, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, Bluebird got ahead of him just as we were looking at everyone coming into the pits. So I'm really not sure what happened there. So, yeah, Bluebird now leads, and we've got people on soft tyres really raring to go. Now, this is with only 6 real people actually driving these cars. So we've got half of them on softs, half of them on the old mediums. Now, this is just, once again, the unpredictable race. Anyone could win this besides the 2 AIs, unless everyone goes and just has an absolute nightmare. But yeah, it's a massive difference from season 2, I must say. From some of the biggest gaps to now, well, probably one of the most impactful and maybe most controversial, I'd say. We've never seen anything like this happen.
I'm a wild Matt in the pit lane.
So he's made a decision to go on softs as well. So he won that fresher as well because he is not going to do that extra stuff under safety car like the others. So he might just be going just for that tiny bit of extra grip, really.
Yeah.
And he might have thought that's just not going to be enough. And that promotes one of the AIs of Essex Perry up into P3. As we know, has been this is the very first race, and yeah, even though he is an AI, it's nice to see him up here.
Yeah, up on the podium position.
It's a
However,
shame he might not be there for
yeah, I was
long,
about
but
to say he got Hazard, that sim guy, oh Henson, and I'm a wild Matt, all on the soft tyres behind. I mean, in theory, Hazard shouldn't. Obviously, he's got that penalty. What penalty is it? 3 seconds.
yeah, that was 3 seconds, like the unfair one. So when you come into the pits, yeah, they would then give you a 3 second penalty for track limits, which is just not really true, as you're just coming into the pits normally. And if he doesn't serve it, which you can't serve 3 second penalties in this game, then yeah, he will get that removed off his time at the end of the race. Now it just depends on, well, yeah, where's he going to finish?
Well,
but realistically,
yeah,
where's everyone else going to
theory,
finish?
safety car is going to come in lap 25. Yep, there it is. Which means we'll have 5 full laps of racing to decide this race. And in theory, I mean, unless anything goes wrong over the next 2 races, it could damn well help to decide a championship here. This could be one of the single most important races we have had all season. And we are just about to get started again. And oh my god, it's absolutely chaos then.
Yeah, I'm really not too sure what's happening here. So Rick says, well, no, on Lifeout's tagged Rick saying he'll get fast lap and retire. So I'm not too sure if he's going to do that just immediately and then actually stick to his word here. So I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure the rules state that if you complete 80%, you will still get half points. So I'm not too sure what's going on. And Rick, yeah, wants to demand that. Lifebout, yeah, he's coming in. So this gives Bluebird a really nice gap because he's got 2 AI cars behind him. And now Hazard is going to be promoted up to P2 after he gets past these cars. So Bluebird, on those 11 lap hole mediums, has a chance and has a big chance of winning this race. As Hazard, hold on, he lets by Sim Guy, I'm pretty sure. So now it's just a matter of what's going to happen. Is anyone going to be able to catch Bluebird here? We all the same ERS, it's just all the different tyres now.
To anybody watching, I do greatly apologise for the problems that we're having with my capture card. It is going absolutely mental at me. And my screen has just gone blank. Oh, it's back again. Right. Hopefully, it's helped fix itself. However, Bluebird still comfortably running
Matt
here.
sends it down the inside of our Henson. Yeah, and Matt is... I'm not sure that was the Henson move or attacking, but he is still staying ahead of our Henson. And yeah, these lap cars, I think they've really helped Bluebird here, but he just has to try and pull that gap off just right before Sim Guy gets run to the back of him here. And it's just does not look like it's happening at the moment.
It's going to be really difficult for him. I mean, he's got 5 laps to try and keep these guys behind, and they're catching almost instantaneously. It's nearly impossible to try and keep him off at this point. It's
This is just, once again, it's just down to if Sim Guy is just up to the pressure of it. No, he's a reserve now, so as these last few races, he might just be a lot more aggressive than if he was normally fighting for a championship. And Bluebird did get a little bit crossed up on that curb there. And now we've got to see if Sim Guy has got the grip through these next few corners, or even on the straight. He might have a chance down here. He's only 2 tenths back. Is he going to go for a send? No, he's not. And it's probably very wise to, because now he's going to get a really nice exit out of here, unless he has a little bit of a snap, which it doesn't look like he is. Bluebird weaving, really trying to stop that toe. He does not want him by right now, or any time, in fact. And Sim Guy is still only 3 tenths off. And we've got people right behind, even Hazard, Matt, R. Henson. They are all still going to be on the back of Bluebird soon enough. And this is just realistically a battle between those old mediums and these new softs.
And he's still trying to weave it. That Sim Guy leading off a little bit out of this corner, but it's lap 26 of 29, so we haven't got too long left to go. The Red Bull car still staying behind it. It's now a 3/10 of a second gap, and it's just getting ever increasingly closer through these corners. You can see through the braking zones just how much faster that Red Bull is in comparison to the Alpine. And they'll be heading on to the final lap of racing in a very, very short period of time. And oh, my entire thing has just decided to give up on me. So I will quickly switch to that back to that, and Cookie, you're gonna have to. Oh, I can see it actually for a second here now.
Okay, well,
Bluebird will continue to stay in position for now, but that Sim guy really, really close out of 3 and down into 4. He could possibly go for a move down the inside into 5. He does keep a bit of an inside line, but
yeah,
holds
there's a
off for
predicted
now.
retirement for life out here. So, yeah, I'm not too sure if that is out of sportsmanship or any bit of suspicion there. So, yeah, we now got to see everyone in this DRS train just with Bluebird. So, if Sim Guy's going to make a move, he has to make it soon. Otherwise, everyone's going to be stuck in a DRS train. So, he's not going to think about it this time. Hazard is also getting very close, though. And same with our Henson. We can all see the battery differences here. Bluebird has still got quite a bit. Sim Guy is more. Hazard is only on 5% here. Our Henson's still a decent amount. And now all it is just a run to the line. Who is going to be the person to cross it first?
Well, I mean, Bluebird is doing an absolutely fantastic job at the moment at handling these cars, and is really hoping that they're going to begin to fight, as does Hazard and Armour Wild Matt. Armour Wild Matt, beautiful move around the outside there to take P3. Hazard's going to have to try and combat that as soon as he can, but our Henson as well, just towards the back of here, guys, and he has just had a little bit of a let go of the rear tyres, so he's going to be pushed back considerably far down, and I don't think he's probably going to be able to gain any positions from here unless he can really turn these next 2 laps around. But that Sim guy closer than he's been at any other point today, and he's going to have it up the hill. He's going to have it right, and he is staying behind, to be honest. He's not really pushing too hard, and I don't think he's going to go for the move. No, I think it's better to go wide, take a later apex, get a better exit, hopefully. But no, that Alpine has been unbelievably fast out of that corner. He's gained about 0.2 of a second, and with DRS wide open, it's not going to be the lap where that Sim guy is going to be able to make a move. If anything, he's got a bit more pressure from Armour Wild Matt than anyone else. However,
a little bit of a lock up there. Matt is getting really close to him now. Unless Sim Guy's trying to make a move here, he's going to have to put all the pressure on Bluebird on that last lap. I don't see him really going for a sector 3 here unless he closes up a massive amount. What's going to be Hazard, really? Bit of under pressure from R. Henson as well, because once again, he doesn't have that much ERS to play with either. So, once again, it's just a matter of can this Alpine stay ahead and just, I don't even know, hold off Sim Guy, maybe even Matt at this point, because Matt is right there. And you can see just how much he's being held up in these last sector here. Just every single corner, you can see he's having to lift off just that little bit more as his tyres get only slightly older. And Sim Guy is very close. I thought he'd been thinking about send there.
That is unbelievably close there, and that Sim guy is going to have to try and make a move at a point where he's closer. Down that straight, he's just not got the feasible pace to get past Bluebird. He's managing that corner out of the straight really nicely. So I think, if anything, he's got loads of ERS. He's going to have to use it here into 5. No, he backs off. He decides against it. But no, he's done a little fake and he's gone down the inside. And that is Sim Guy up into P1 for now. Bluebird, though, is going to be right behind, but he's not going to have DRS. That Sim Guy does, in fact, have DRS. He was far enough back in the detection zone. And that is an unbelievably good play from Sim Guy. He's stayed behind just enough. And speaking of, our Henson as well, launching one down the inside of Hazard here. But I don't think that move is going to work. No, Hazard remains in position for now. Now, Bluebird, it's damage limitation. Can he stay in P2 with Matt right behind? Matt is gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining. Bluebird, defensive, very defensive in fact, but he's going to have to try and get himself onto that outside line, because that is going to be Matt that has a good exit there, trying to get him off the track. And they do touch a little bit, but Matt soars into P2 there nicely with the inside line. Speaking of, our Henson as well has managed to get himself into P4. Who knows, maybe even get himself to P3 here. But no, I do think that Bluebird is going to hold off now for once. In fact, I think since the very first race he won, and he's going to come home to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's the owner. It's that Sim Guy.
Now, I'm not too sure if Matt might have got that 3-second penalty a bit unfairly there. Once again, we did see all those little bits of contact, so this is probably going to be a report coming in for the end and just having a bit more for the stewards to do. Bluebird driver of the day, and rightfully so. He was very, very far down in the field, and, well, that was a race and a half, don't you think, Carter?
That is, if anything, if there's anything that I can say, it's I feel incredibly bad for J-Horse for the fact that he hasn't been here. That was painful to say the least. In for him, but unbelievable racing, really unbelievable.
Well, of all the races I've been part of, I may not have been part of that one for that much, but I could probably say that's one of the best races, if not the best race of BRL. Definitely this season, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, even with all the chaos and carnage, we've still had some absolutely amazing racing. And yeah, just something very controversial here. So Lifebout retired at 89% completion, so he will get half points. And for P8, I am pretty sure that will be only 12 points, if I'm correct. Let's have a look. So yeah, P8, only 12. So he'll only get 6 points for that race. We know he got 2 points for pole.
So
and we know he's 4 points behind. So yeah, he'll only be 4 points ahead.
4 ahead.
Going into these last 2 rounds.
Oh dear. Well, in theory, Rick has to win both races and they're tied on points. However, as we all know, Rick has only won one race in BRL ever.
Well, at least this season. I think he has won a few more. Yeah, he's won more in season 2 and season 1. So it's not once ever.
Well, nevertheless, on wins, Lifebout has comfortably got it. So really, Rick needs to win both races and then do some praying as well that Lifebout doesn't come second.
Now,
yeah.
Well, of all these things here, so Bluebird comes in with a message.
That is brilliant.
Wow. I've gone on here and come on. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun, DNF, have a go, and well, he's put thumbs up to his own message.
Oh God.
Well, oh well. I still had fun commentating this, and
I've got to say, yeah, that was been extremely fun commentating that. Even if, it's so annoying. I think I figured out the root cause, essentially, of the laggy, jittery problems. Essentially, for any of you technical nerds out there, I had my Elgato plugged into a 4-way USB extender rather than straight into the machine itself, which obviously caused a bit of problems with encoding. Unfortunately, I only noticed that right towards the end of the race. But I actually had a free USB spare that I didn't use. So I do very much apologise for that, because that is going to make for some awful clips out of what should be the single most clippable race we've ever had.
Indeed. So shall we get going with some interviews then? Well,
I think we very much should. I'm going to go.
Well, there's only 5 cars that have in fact finished, and even then, 2 of them have actually got those 3-second penalties that were served unfairly. So at this point, you can tag all those top 5 really, because anyone could have been on the podium at this point.
Yeah.
So then, let's see if they're all up. So
should we just put people who finished a race? Want to chat?
Yeah, people who finished.
Just
interviews, please. Here we go.
I'm going to go and grab a drink, but you're more than welcome to start any interviews if anybody joins.
Okay. Well, now he's had to have a little wait here, and once again, just slight update on the championship standings. Lifebout is only ahead by 4. So if you do not know how the point system works here, so if you complete 80% of the race or more, you will be awarded half points. If you complete 90% of the race or more, you will be awarded full points. So what this means is that Lifebout, having completed, 89% of this race, then, yeah, it's just going to be very, very close in the championship now. Only 4 points, and all we need to do now is just wait for people to come in here. And we have our winner. First off, we have that Sim Guy here. So, well, hello, Sim Guy.
Hello. It's been a long time coming, this.
Well, I don't really have many words off this race. It's all just been a bit chaos.
Yeah. Controversy at Abu Dhabi strikes again, I think.
Yeah. Well, is that the race you wanted to come back to at all?
I mean, Abu Dhabi's not my strongest on this game, but you know, a win's a win, and I'll take it. But yeah, I think there's a bit of investigating that needs to be happening in for this race, because I think there was a bit a bit of controversy, but we'll see how that goes. But other than that, my race, what can I say? Excuse me.
There's no.
Yeah,
Qualifying.
I qualifying. Okay, let's start with qualifying. I had a shocker. I was trying to manage things in the group chat, but so I went out my first run. So I did that, and it put me P4. And then after everyone completed their final runs, it put me P5. I felt good off the start. I was keeping with most people, but I think in the end, I did not have the pace of the top 5 today. So the safety cars really helped, gave me a lot of luck, and then my strategy.
I am, yeah. And to be totally honest with you, I think you've covered all of the questions.
You're welcome.
We don't have anything else here,
Except
so
no, one more.
the only thing we've really got is the free world race roundup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna make it a sentence. I'm gonna split it. So, controversy, and safety car.
Fair enough. Okay, so
Yeah.
now let's move on to P2, who is on track. We're not sure if it's going to get any sort of steward shenanigans at all, but Bluebird P2, are you happy with this result?
Yeah. I'm surprised I was even up there, to be honest.
Well, yeah. As we see from qualifying, you started P11. Is that just? I don't think that was really a reflection of your pace, but was that just any sort of invalidations at all, or just anything out of the ordinary?
All of them were invalidations.
Ah,
Every single one. Then I missed of my last run. I missed the flag by about 2 seconds.
okay.
So I only got one running with no battery.
Quality.
Well, that
So,
probably
just what you
explains
want.
P11. But oh well. I don't
yeah,
think you
I
really
was still
complain
19
after that,
seconds ahead of you.
right? All right, you can calm it down now. Well, the race, once again, of course, starting from P11. You were the only finishing driver who was on a 2-stop strategy there. Everyone else went for 3 stops. So, did you find it just tough anywhere during those types of races? Well, besides, of course, the last few laps. Anywhere where you thought you just didn't think you had the pace at all, or anything, in fact?
Early on in the race, I was struggling. I got taken out lap 1. Had a moment again in lap 2. I think I spun it at turn 3. But turn 2 and 3, the whole race, I was taking it so easy because every single time I went through there with any bit of speed, I was twitching all over the place. And I think that really started to show when I think I finished with nearly 65-70% tyre wear, or 60-65, sorry, across my tyres. And I'm surprised I held on to the lead, even though he wasn't deploying ERS.
Yeah. I've caught on my spectator mode that you were trying to use all your ARS on the last few laps there, and just the
Yeah,
pace from that sim guy, just it was a bit too much in the end. And I've got to say, you have drove a really good race.
I mean, I'm surprised I even finished it, let alone finish P2. I've had no practice. I've literally hopped on. My first lap was in qualifying. So even to have finished at a track I do not like.
Well, yeah, I think that
It's
can
a
go for the
miracle.
same
So
for everyone.
do
Really, I
not like
mean,
the track.
yeah, there's only 5 actual drivers who have finished that race by the AI of Essex Perry and Early Bernie, so
Doesn't
that
surprise me.
makes it the lowest amount of finishes in BRL races ever. That does. Not sure if we're counting AI, but even then, that will still only be 7 finishes, which beat Monza season 1, I believe, which only had 8 finishes. So there we go. We got
What happened
the
with third?
BRL factor of the day.
Is it Matt who finished on the podium?
We
track.
are not too sure because Matt.
On track.
Yeah,
I did.
Matt
I did on
finished
track,
P2.
but Matt will get his thing removed.
What did he get it for?
You pushing him off the track.
Well, I
You got a
must
warning.
admit, I was sideways through that corner, and I was
Well,
still trying to correct it as he was on the outside. So I didn't do it on purpose.
yeah.
It
Of
was
course,
either
this
take him
is-
out or try and catch it.
Yeah.
So it was a miracle we both finished, let alone.
Okay. Well, do not worry though, because this will be all sorted by the stewards. They'll be getting the polls and everything. So don't worry trying to argue now. There's basically no point. As a steward's decision is mostly likely final. But yeah, free word race roundup. Any 3 words?
Surprisingly very good.
All right. And now we're going to move to P3 at the end of the results. Our Henson. So, how was your race?
Hello.
Hello.
It was so messy. I got up to P1 on lap 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Then then Lifebout got back past me a few laps later. Then Chris decided to turn right into a left-hander, which put me down to P3, P4. Then a safety car came out. I was down in like 8th or whatever, so I just stayed there all race basically.
Well,
Oh yeah, then Chris took me out again. Shouldn't have forgotten.
well, yeah, you and Chris, we picked up on comms. You really just did not have a good time with each other there. So we were not too sure if this was anything controversial or anything like that. So, of course, once again, gonna have to look into it. Some guys also said that, and yeah, the qualifying was good as well. I had to mention as well, starting P3 on the grid. So yeah, just thought it was another quick mention there. The fact that qualifying in general was quite good from you. So yeah,
Yeah, I was happy with my quality. Yeah, I was higher up than I normally am.
just any thoughts on strategy? Once again, did you think that just at any point it was just a crazy strategy? You did not know what to do any time in a race, or did you think you had it all under control?
I was so happy with my strategy when you crashed and brought out the first safety car. But then everyone kept crashing and bringing out more safety cars. There wasn't really a strategy at the end.
Yeah, it was just a matter of realistically having enough tyres by the end of the race, in my opinion. We also had like all the new fresh softs from Sim Guy and just everyone else. So as long as you just kept on the right tyres at the right time, yeah, that was it really. Any more flight mentions you want to say at all?
No.
Fair enough. Pretty plain, simple answer. And your 3-word race roundup, please.
Messy championship fight.
Fair enough. And now we go to the man who finished P4 on track. This could differ with any steward decisions. And here we go. I'm a wild Matt. How are you feeling, mate?
Hello. Pretty good.
Well, there's another thing I want to say as well. Your qualifying was also very good at some point for quite some time as well. Just any thoughts on quali at all?
It's going okay. Considering I did no practice and then I spun it on my final run. That's about it.
It's a bit unfortunate, mate. But yeah, once again, I don't think you can really complain with a result like that. P4, once again, could be turned over to a P2 by post-race penalties. However, just talk us through a bit of your early parts of the race and just what happened, really.
I don't really remember. Just made some overtakes. That's about it.
Well, yeah, I guess the early race was a little boring sometimes. But yeah, just going through from up to a late race, antics, let's say. Did you think once again at all you had any chance of a win? Maybe, definitely a podium. But did you have any thoughts of I could maybe win this?
Not really. I was just looking for maybe a podium. A luck
Fair
podium.
enough. Fair enough. I think for the constructors as well, and for Smithy, who unfortunately crashed. Yeah, it was just quite a nice thing for you to get. And well, so far, even if it's not a podium, it is still P4, which is a very good point to Mercedes, and well, of course, for yourself. So, is there really any other thoughts? Any battles in particular that you found that was really good?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Just kind of everyone drove off. I'm just that good.
I like the confidence, mate. If you only got much to say, then can we just have your 3-word race roundup, please?
I'm too good.
All right, then, mate.
Loving the
Well,
confidence.
that is. I'm pretty sure that is everyone we have to hear from. I think
Believe so, yeah.
Hazard is.
Hazard was here and he's pissed off.
Oh, okay. We'll give him a few minutes.
I don't know where he's typing.
Okay.
Also,
we'll
is
just give him a
Carter
few
even
seconds.
here? Have you stolen Carter's job?
Yeah, I've stolen his job. I'm really sorry. It's just a nice chance just to relax, I guess.
Hazard's been logged out of PSN.
Is there
He'll
any
get
chance
back
you can join
in
by
'cause
phone?
He just changed his password. No, his mic doesn't work on his phone.
Ah, okay. So we'll give him a minute or two. But yeah, just one more thing while we're here. I want just everyone's thoughts on the championship now. Like that Rick DNF has really turned it round. So please, someone talk. It was really weird.
Well,
I've
the
asked
thing is,
everyone.
right,
Did
is
life?
Lifebout DNFs, but he still picks up half points. So with the additional 2
Does he?
points from getting, because
Yeah.
he finished over 80%.
Yeah,
I
it's
swear that's
80%.
just a rule for. That's just a rule for people in AI. I think. I don't know though.
I'm not too sure because
It's all
even then he
confusing.
might have finished 90%, which I'm pretty
He
sure
didn't.
awarded him half
I
points.
just checked.
Or how much
didn't
was
do
it then?
90%.
89.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to have a look. And even if he does not get points, that will leave an even closer gap for us. So once again, Rick
Yeah.
might either lead the championship by 2 points, or it'll be Lifeboat leading championship by 4 points now. So either way, it's going to be extremely close. Just for the last few races, and Yeah, I thought that 80% would give you points, or at least half points, but I was have a very quick look once again. Then we have a quick look. Then we have the look at the rules, and let's see. It's just while we wait for Hazard to.
If that's in the
get through.
rules, then I've never been keeping track of that. I've never been told to keep track of that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oopsies.
we have it now. So let's have a look. I'm trying to find it at the moment. Chapter 8 race. Here we go. So where is just a percentage? I cannot find a percentage. In fact, this is a big problem. I cannot find a percentage. Can anyone help me find in the rules where it is?
I'm looking.
Let's see this.
Yeah, it's in chapter 4.
Oh, yeah. In order to get full points, the driver must have completed 80% of races themselves.
says
So your
in-
glitched AI car will not score points. So, does that mean?
Rick's updated it. Hang on.
Oh, has he?
I don't know why he's done that. Yeah, look at results points system on the Discord.
Shall we have a look? You guys, the Silence Format to still the winner, but keep the championship close at the same time. Because DNS will not score unless driver crash of 80% of races have been completed. So, will that? Well, I'm not too sure then because, Lifeboat just retired.
He did 80%.
Yeah, he did over 80%, but he did just retire. It wasn't a crash before, so I'm just going to have a very just another quick look just to make sure. So is this half points or is this 4 points? Oh, okay, hold on. 90% is 4 points, 8% is half. So if Lifeboat's completed 89% of this race, that will
It's
mean
half.
he will then be ahead by
4.
4 points. So
Rick's got it cut out.
there we go. Well, I'm not too sure what rules are what anymore, but this is what Rick has said. Have we got any more updates on Hazard here? So that's all. It's got no updates on Hazard, so we'll leave it 1 or 2 more minutes and just see.
What rounds have we got left? We've got Kota in Brazil, right?
Yes. So
How are
there's
you
only
guys
2.
like confidence-wise on these tracks?
Kota, no. Brazil, meh. It's all right. There we go. Those are my 2.
Henson?
I'm awful at Cotter, but I'm quite good at Brazil.
Okay.
Well, yeah. All it is now just waiting on Hazard.
Matt and Jimmy are here. Ask Matt and Jimmy.
Matt and Jimmy, how are you guys at Kota in Brazil?
I don't think I'm racing either, so. Pretty sure I'm not doing any.
You're not in either? Oh,
No.
shame. What about you, Jimmy? Are you here?
Oh, voice transfer failed. Transfer to console timed out. I don't know. Jimmy
misses
says
Brazil.
he misses Brazil, so I'm pretty sure around Kota. I don't know if he's really good or not, but yeah, all I can tell you is that he misses Brazil. So he's subbing again. So
he's awful at Kota apparently.
yeah, he's awful. So
this should be that'll be entertaining. We love a little bit of useless driving around tracks, don't we, Mr. Cookie?
well, Kota. I'll give it to all the other control players out there, and I think I'll speak for everyone. Kota is pretty awful. I've like it don't really go well with Wheel, to be honest, and even then they still have problems. So yeah, all we got to wait for now is Hazard, who I think he's just having a few problems. So yeah,
I don't think Hazard is going to work.
if not, just tell us, and then, or if you could just speak to us in the BRL chat. Jimmy with some amazing advice of turning it off and on again.
Jimmy is the IT professional here.
I can tell. Right. Well, there's just one more thing I have to say. Do SX Perry and Ernie Burney get points? Because they have still finished the
No,
race.
if they were in AI for the whole thing, then.
I mean, yeah, they were AI for like at least half the race.
Okay, so there's only 5 finishes technically. Then
Hmm.
there are only realistically 5 finishes, which is
Mental.
it's crazy for a grid. Well, technically 8 DNFs and well, I guess 2 DSQs. I'm going to say, or just no points really.
Hmm.
And of all the tracks, Abu Dhabi, it really would not be the one you'd have thought of.
No, you'd have thought like Monaco or something, wouldn't you? But
Yeah, but let's see.
BRL.
Yeah, it's just BRL. We find the most chaos at the simplest of tracks. And here we go. Just Hazard. Yeah, he's been asked to join on his terrible phone microphone if it even works. But if it does not, yeah, I guess we'll end the stream really. We don't.
Lifeboat likes Kota.
Of course,
Of course he does.
of course. Well, yeah, no. Actually, in fact, I was looking at DRS comms on the day when they did Kota there, and they were both Lifeboat and Rick. They were both pretty good, but I think Lifeboat was a little bit prone to mistakes. So it's going to be a very interesting race if Lifeboat does do a few slip ups there. Once again, changing completely in championship, and if it's that close up front still, then yeah, it's going to be a very fun race. And same with Brazil. We've already seen that Rick is quite good at it from previous seasons, but we still not got to count everyone else out really, because once again, last race of the season, it's going to be all to play for,
Mm.
and that's it really. Just all we got to find now is if Hazard is going to join or not.
Dun 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 dun. Are you gonna show up or what? I'm not doing this forever.
I love the little song you're singing there, Carl.
I ain't doing this forever.
Yeah, we can't stream on for too long. Come on, Harry. Come on, Hazard. Come on. Jimmy Jags, love it. Yeah, I do too.
Oh, we're all F4ing.
Oh no. Well, I think let's give it. Yeah. Let's set a timer for 60 seconds, shall we? We'll set a timer for 60 seconds. If he does not join by then
So I'm gonna round it off. I'm gonna rejoin the Discord, and he's gonna just be sat there, and I'll be like, oh, for God's sake.
right then I'm going to set up a. I'm not sure here. Can I have one where it just does not give me any sound? I don't think it can. I'll just count them in my head. It'll be good enough. I'm just going to start it now. Why not? Type your interview. It's fair enough, Jimmy. If he's definitely welcome to type his interview. Just say anything about your race if you can hear us, Hazard. And if not, yeah. It's getting very awkward very quickly now.
Yeah,
It's such a good race, and
is
now
a
it's
little
just
bit, yeah.
we've been waiting round, and we've got nothing. We need Hazard to get in the interviews, really. It's just not happening. If we can type it out, we can all read it, but yeah, at the moment, it's just we have nothing. We've got nothing to go off of.
Bro's taking his sweet time.
Well, I mean, I can fill in a tiny bit for him. So once again, yeah, qualified P7. I think he did pretty well with that. He'll be quite happy. I think he spun his last lap or invalidated, so I don't know if he was going to go faster on the lap or not. But yeah, I think P7 was good for him. And then once again, just all those free stops. I think he had a few problems in the race, but yeah, he then just got all the way up to P5 again. Just a really good thing for him. And it's a bit unfortunate he dropped back, but yeah. Jimmy Jags, my 3-word roundup: crash, crash, crash. Sounds like your stream.
There was plenty more crashes than that.
Well, yeah. I think I'll take it as Hazard is not going to join, so I think you'll be welcome to end the stream unless he joins in around the next 20 seconds. But while you're talking, but go ahead, you can end the stream off, mate. I've stolen enough of your stuff.
Alrighty, thank you all very much for watching. I've been the Castristics, and what on earth just witnessed? Not a clue, I cannot lie. That is without a doubt one of the most mental rounds we've ever had on BRL, and I am so glad to have been a part of it. I do apologise for the breaking of my Elgato literally halfway through. It's a bit frustrating, I know. However, hopefully I'll give it a punch and I'll leave it in cold water and it'll be fine. Other than that, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to Mr. Cookie as well for joining me in the comments box. That was very kind of him.